Now let us discuss about the binding energy of a nucleus. It is the energy released in the formation of a nucleus from its nucleons. Okay, so when a nucleus is formed from its nucleons, corresponding protons and neutrons, some energy will be released, and that energy is said to be the binding energy of the nucleus. Okay, so actually we have discussed about the mass defect, that some mass will be disappeared during the formation of a nucleus from its constituent nucleons, and that mass is actually converting into a form of energy, and that energy is known as binding energy. We know that there is Einstein's famous mass energy equation, E is equal to mc square. That is, according to Einstein, he says that mass can be converted into energy, and here we know that some energy, some mass is missing during the formation of the nucleus, and which is represented as mass defect. So this mass is converting into the binding energy of the nucleus. So the mass defect and the binding energy are related. Binding energy is equal to delta M, which is a mass defect, into 931 mega electron volts. This will give the binding energy of a nucleus. Then greater is the mass defect, then greater will be the binding energy. If a lot of mass is getting disappeared while formation of a nucleus, a large binding energy will be there for that nucleus. So the nucleus will be that much stable. It will you have to provide that much energy to split the nucleus otherwise. Okay, so there is another term called binding energy per nucleon. It means that it is the total binding energy divided by number of nucleons present in the nucleus. Okay, so it is the binding energy of a single nucleon. That is called the binding energy per nucleon, and it is an indicator of stability of the nucleus. Nuclear stability and the binding energy per nucleons are related. Then this is a graph showing the binding energy per nucleon and the atomic number. As the atomic number increases, the binding energy also will increase, and up to a certain level, then it begin to decrease. So higher the binding energy per nucleon, the more stable the nucleus will be. Then we have seen that a helium nucleus, which is having a mass 4.0026 atomic mass units, and if the binding energy that is required to form the nucleus of helium is provided to the helium atom, then it can split into 2 hydrogen atoms and 2 neutrons. So it is with the binding energy, it is those nucleons are cling together in a nucleus, but if we are providing that much of binding energy or even a bit little more, then it is possible to split the nucleus. Okay, then about one question, that is you have to calculate the binding energy per nucleon of gold 79,197, and the mass of gold is given, that is 196.967 atomic mass unit, and mass of a hydrogen, that means it includes 1 proton and 1 electron. 1 proton and 1 electron, that is 1 hydrogen, 1 that is also given, that is 1.0078, and a neutron mass is also given. So with that you can calculate the delta M value. Delta M value should be calculated, and into 931 mega electron volts will give the binding energy, and again you have to calculate the binding energy per nucleon. So for that, what you have to do, this is the total binding energy divided by the number of nucleons in it is 197. So this will give you the binding energy per nucleon. You have to calculate this this problem and try to find the answer.